It's really no big deal. And you're just an everyday goddess.
But they don't understand. She's a mother off to work. She is driving in her car. She's a goddess in the elevator, rising like a star. They say she's working like a man, but they don't understand. She's dancing with the goddess in her heart. She's that woman on the phone. She's smoothing out a deal, and though her back is aching, she's a goddess in high heels. She works 6 a.m. to 3, and it may be hard to see, but the beauty of the goddess runs deep.
It's really no big deal, I'm just an everyday goddess, doing all my goddess duties, trying to find a way. I am the maiden and the mother and the clone, but it's really no big deal, it's just another day.
She's a goddess in a skirt, long lean legs. She can drop you to your knees and make you beg. We are obsessed with her body, but we don't see that the beauty of the goddess lies beneath. She's a goddess on the job, a goddess in your bed, a goddess for the children, and she keeps her family fed. You must never treat her mean, always elevate your queen. She's the everyday goddess of your world.
It's really no big deal, I'm just an everyday goddess, doing all my goddess duties, trying to find a way. I am the maiden and the mother and the clone, but it's really no big deal, it's just another day. It's really no big deal. It's really no big deal. It's really no big deal, I'm just an everyday goddess, doing all my goddess duties, trying to find a way. I am the maiden and the mother and the clone, but it's really no big deal, it's just another day. It's just another day. It's really no big deal.
It's just another day.
It's really no big deal. And you're just an everyday goddess.
She's a mother off to work. She is driving in her car. She's a goddess in the elevator, rising like a star. They say she's working like a man, but they don't understand. She's dancing with the goddess in her heart. She's that woman on the phone. She's smoothing out a deal, and though her back is aching, she's a goddess in high heels. She works 6 a.m. to 3, and it may be hard to see, but the beauty of the goddess runs deep.
It's really no big deal, I'm just an everyday goddess, doing all my goddess duties, trying to find a way. I am the maiden and the mother and the clone, but it's really no big deal, it's just another day.
She's a goddess in a skirt, long lean legs. She can drop you to your knees and make you beg. We are obsessed with her body, but we don't see that the beauty of the goddess lies beneath. She's a goddess on the job, a goddess in your bed, a goddess for the children, and she keeps her family fed. You must never treat her mean, always elevate your queen. She's the everyday goddess of your world.
It's really no big deal, I'm just an an everyday goddess, doing all my goddess duties, trying to find a way. I am the maiden and the mother and the clone, but it's really no big deal, it's just another day.
Hello, everyone. Oh, good. It's working. Welcome, welcome. My name is Celia Farran, and we are celebrating World Goddess Day today. And I hope that you are ready to just get seeped in the goddess, because I've been working on goddess songs all day long to share with you. Looks like Susie's here from Prescott, Holly and Livy and Phineas, and is here from Milwaukee. Yay! Anna's here from Omaha. Peggy's here from Arkansas. I'm not sure where you're tuning in from, David. Linda's here from Omaha. We have a wonderful crew here already. So I'm going to get started, and I'm going to start with a song called She Is Calling for You. As I get this set up, just want to give you a little background of what I know about World Goddess Day. Wonderful man named Claude Prieto started this concept, I don't know how many years ago. But I learned about it maybe 5 years ago. I met Claude at a wonderful event called the Parliament of the World's Religions. I met him in Salt Lake City, and I believe he is maybe from Portugal or from Brazil. I'm not sure which one. But really cool thing that happened, I met Claude because someone tagged me in a post that he was sharing, and he was singing one of my songs in Portuguese. One of the Bridgets songs, and we became friends. So let me get this available here so that we can start this goddess experience. Mark's here from Madison, David's here from Louisiana, Taylor's here from Texas, Bridget's here from Massachusetts, Mama Wolf, I'm not sure where she's from. It looks like we've got a wonderful goddess crew. Now we're going to start that over because it would be nice to start in the right key. There we go. I wrote this song several years ago when I was staying in, where was I? Palm Springs, California. It's only available to the Patreon subscribers. If you're a Patreon subscriber, I am so grateful. Thank you so much. Oh, Mama Wolf is Jen from Arizona. Hi, sweetheart. Good to see that you're here. Let's bring in the goddess. Let's listen to her call. Do you hear the sound of the goddess calling for you? Do you hear the sound of the goddess calling for you? Do you hear the sound of the goddess cry? Can you feel your heart cracking open wide? Do you hear the sound of the goddess calling for you? She is calling for you, child. She's calling for you. Come away on the wind to the wild. She is calling for you. She is calling for you, child. Can you hear the sound of our oceans roar, calling for you? Can you hear the sound of our oceans roar, calling for you? Can you hear the sound of our oceans roar? Can you feel your heart calling out for more? Can you hear the sound of our oceans roar, calling for you? Can you hear the sound of a gentle breeze calling for you? Can you hear the sound of a gentle breezes calling for you? Can you hear the sound of a gentle breeze? Can you feel your heart bring you to your knees? Can you hear the sound of a gentle breeze calling for you? She's calling for you, child. She's calling for you. Come away on the wind to the wild. She is calling for you. She is calling for you, child. So what will you do when you hear her call for you? Can you hear the sound of a warming fires calling for you? Can you hear the sound of a warming fires calling for you? Can you hear the sound of a warming fires? Can you hear the sound of your heart's desire? Can you hear the sound of her warming fires calling for you? Can you hear the sound of her roots and rocks calling for you? Can you hear the sound of her roots and rocks calling for you? Can you hear the sound of her roots and rocks? Can you hear the sound of your heart unlock? Can you hear the sound of her roots and rocks calling for you? She is calling for you, child. She's calling for you. Come away on the wind to the west. She is calling for you. She is calling for you, child. So what will you do when you hear her call for you? Do you hear the sound of the goddess calling for you? Do you hear the sound of the goddess calling for you? Do you hear the sound of the goddess cry? Can you feel your heart cracking open wide? Can you hear the sound of the goddess calling for you? Can you hear the sound of the goddess calling for you? Can you hear the sound of the goddess calling for you? Can you hear the sound of the goddess calling for you? Song I wrote a couple of years back called She is Calling for You. Excellent. Guptabla's here. Yay. Bonnie's here from Milwaukee. Ms. Beth is here saying hello from Beth and Charlie Dog in El Cerrito. My laughter, dear friend, Beth is here. And Judith is here saying, always so wonderful to hear your beautiful voice, Celia Farran. Thank you for that. All right. Let's move right along. Looks like we have a nice crowd out here. Mama Wolf is giving some applause or some hugs or something like that. Goop Tabla saying, woohoo, beautiful, we're calling for you, Celia. Chris Merrill is here. These days we need to spend more time listening to the voice of the goddess. Hear, hear, Chris. And we are going to do a lot of that tonight. This next song is looped. So some of you have seen me do looping before, right? For those of you who have not, what are we doing here? So many details. For those of you who aren't sure what I'm talking about, I will share with you just a little bit of what looping is. I'm going to do this one from scratch. And let's see what I'm doing here. Getting my drone set up. Yeah. This is a song I'm excited to share with you because I wrote it many, many years ago when I was living in Prescott Valley, Arizona. And I kind of took the concept of a song that's out there that it might sound a little similar to you, but I added the aspect of more goddesses and music being our medicine. This song is called "The Goddess is Alive and Music is Our Medicine." I don't know about you, but without music, I would be lost. Music has saved my life so many times. Listening to it, creating it, sharing it. There's something so mystical and magical and wonderful about music that only music can do. And when you add the goddess to music, pure magic, right? So this song is looped, as I mentioned. It is complex, because, sometimes that's just how I roll. And this is the first time I've ever performed it live for an audience. So I hope you like it. It is available as a recording for my Patreon subscribers. And thank you, by the way, for all of your donations for the concert and for all of the support. And there's a ticker tape on the bottom here that helps you with some ideas of how you can donate. Lots of different options, including the Goddess Songs compilation. There's 2 different Goddess Songs compilations on Bandcamp. And you can donate whatever you want for that music. So you donate for the concert, you get extra music, you win, because there's so much music, I want to share it with you. So that's an option, and that might be also in the comments of wherever we're watching. All right, Emmy's here, storyteller from Twin Cities here. Wonderful, excellent. Danielle's here. Whee! Oh, I'm so excited. This is great. I'm a little nervous because I haven't done this before, and looping is, well, it's just complicated. Here we go. Isis, Astarte, Diana, Hecate, Demeter, Freya, Caradwin, Kali. 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 Aphrodite, Astarte, Diana, Lakshmi, 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 Demeter, Freya, Caradwin, Kali. From the goddess we all come, brother, sister, we are one. Wind and fire, rock and rain, the goddess is alive and music is our medicine. From the goddess we all come, brother, sister, we are one. Wind and fire, rock and rain, the goddess is alive and music is our medicine. From the goddess we all come, brother, sister, we are one. Wind and fire, rock and rain, the goddess is alive and music is our medicine. From the goddess we all come, brother, sister, we are one. Wind and fire, rock and rain, the goddess is alive and music is our medicine. From the goddess we all come. goddess, we all come. Music is our medicine. Aphrodite, Shakti, Bridget, Lakshmi, Kuan Yin, Gaia, Inanna, Isis, Astarte, Diana, Hecate, Demeter, Freya, Caradwin, Kali, Aphrodite, Shakti, Bridget, Lakshmi, Demeter, Freya, Ilana. Medicine from the goddess, we all come. Brother, sister, we are one. Wind and fire, rock and rain. The goddess is alive and music is our medicine. From the goddess, we all come. Brother, sister, we are one. Wind and fire, rock and rain. The goddess is alive and music is our medicine. From the goddess, we all come. Brother, sister, we are one. Wind and fire, rock and rain. The goddess is alive and music is our medicine. From the goddess, we all come. Brother, sister, we are one. Wind and fire, rock and rain. The goddess is alive and music is our medicine. Remember the goddess, remember her love. Music is our medicine. Music is our medicine. The Goddess is Alive and Music is Our Medicine is the name of that song. And as I mentioned, it is only available to my Patreon subscribers. If that turned out well, I might just make that one available to my Patreon subscribers as well. When I loop, it's always unique. It's always a different experience because I'm starting with a fresh, clean slate. So every time I loop, it is just sort of like a sand mandala. I erase it and I start all over from the beginning and let that tapestry be what it is. Julia's saying, enjoy the show, everyone. Thank you, Julia. Linda's here saying, yay. Linda from Sedona. Rachel is here saying, wow. Awesome. And Anna is sharing some links. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And music is our medicine, says Linda. Great. Thank you so much for being here and for tagging your friends. Like if you have a friend and you think, oh my gosh, so-and-so would love this, and you're on Facebook, you can go ahead and tag them in the comments wherever you're watching, and they'll get alerted. And maybe if they get it now, they can join us. And if they get it later, they can watch the replay. So yes, there is a replay tomorrow. Actually, right after the show, wherever you're watching it now, you can continue to watch it. You can share it with other people. It will be there in perpetuity. So go ahead and share and tag. And thank you so much for your donations. There's a ticker tape at the bottom giving you ideas of how to donate. And then I think Anna's sharing some links, which is awesome. And then also in the comments, there should be ways for you to look into how to donate. There's Venmo, there's PayPal. You can go to Bandcamp and download as much music as you want for Name Your Price because I'm very generous and I like for you to have the music. And you could become a Patreon subscriber as part of your donation. So there's all kinds of different ways to do that. If you're old school, you can send a check or a money order to the address below, my P.O. Box up in Prescott. I am currently in Phoenix, Arizona. Gretchen is here tagging Monica. Thank you, Gretchen. I just love that. It makes me so happy when you share me because you know my tagline, one of my taglines is, don't you hoard me. Don't you keep me all to yourselves. All right. Emmy is saying that was amazing. I hope you mean the last song I did. Well, let's move right along and start honoring some of the goddesses that I have songs for. Of course, I have tons and tons and tons of Bridgets songs, and you can go to Bandcamp, link below, and get the Bridgets Songs compilation, and this song is on there. It's got a really unique title. It's called Bridgets Song. How's everyone doing out there? And if you haven't already, let us know where you are tuning in from. I always love to hear where folks are. Niall is here. Yay, just saw Niall in Santa Fe. All right. Restream has just given me a message that we have received 100 messages today with the Restream chat. Fantastic. Give me a second while I figure out what I'm doing. This is also looped, and this is a song if you feel moved and you want to dance. I think you should. You might ought to want to. Complicated. So many details. Bridgets Song. A little more there, I need a little more here. I'm my own sound engineer and my own tech. Oh, I'm also the talent. That's what they call it. Goddess Bridget, peace weaver, healer, poet, queen, melt the snow and bring her the spring. Saint Bridget, gold bender, keeper of the flame, blessed Imbolc, we sing your name. We sing your name, 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 we sing your name. Goddess Bridget, keeper of the flame. Goddess Bridget, peace weaver, healer, poet, queen, melt the snow and bring her the spring. Saint Bridget, gold bender, keeper of the flame, blessed Imbolc, we sing your name. We sing your name, 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 we sing your name. Goddess Bridget, keeper of the flame. Goddess Bridget, peace weaver, healer, poet, queen, melt the snow and bring her the spring. Saint Bridget, gold bender, keeper of the flame, blessed Imbolc, we sing your name. We sing your name, 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 we sing your name. Goddess Bridget, keeper of the flame. Bridget, so beautiful, Bridget, so powerful. People of all paths will gather round to sing your name. Bridget, so beautiful, Bridget, so powerful. People of all paths will gather round to sing your name. Goddess Bridget, peace weaver, healer, poet, queen, melt the snow and bring her the spring. Saint Bridget, gold bender, keeper of the flame, blessed Imbolc, we sing your name. We sing your name, sing your name, sing your name, sing your name, we sing your name, we sing your name, we sing your name, we sing your name, sing your name. Goddess Bridget, keeper of the flame. 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 Goddess Bridget, keeper of the so beautiful, Bridgets so powerful. People of all paths will gather round to sing your name. Bridgets Song, also available on Bandcamp, on the Bridgets Songs collection, and that is all Name Your Price right now. Let's move right on to some prosperity from a goddess we all know and love, Lakshmi. Lakshmi and her prosperity. I wrote a little song called Mama Lakshmi. Rock me, Mama Lakshmi. Thank you all so much for tagging your friends. That is just the coolest thing. I saw somebody tagged like a whole bunch of people, and that just makes me so happy, because don't you hoard me. Don't you hoard me. All right, I just need a little adjusting here as we move right along. Let's see, Justin is here. Wonderful, good to see you, Justin. And Danielle is clapping. David is saying, one time at Bandcamp, no, we're not going there. I know it seems like that's where it is, but Bandcamp is a wonderful application where you can go and get music from artists, and the artists can actually control a lot of the things about it, and we tend to get more revenue from that than from other sources. And right now, all of my songs on Bandcamp are Name Your Own Price. So that is one way that you can donate for this concert and get extra music. Susie is here saying, me, I shared. Thank you, Susie. And David is saying, gotcha. Okay. Let's make sure we're in a good tune here. So those of you who are looking for more prosperity in the way of money or energy or health or wealth, well-being, all of the good stuff, more abundance, this one's for you. Oh, Lakshmi, 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 provide for me abundance flowing to me, all around and through me. Lakshmi, 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 provide for me abundance flowing to me, all around and through me. Oh, Lakshmi, bring prosperity and wealth. Oh, Lakshmi, bring vitality and health. Oh, Lakshmi, bring your beauty to this space. Love, joy, peace, and grace. Lakshmi, Mama Lakshmi, rock me, Mama Lakshmi, oh, Mama Lakshmi, Mama Lakshmi, rock me, Mama Lakshmi. Lakshmi, 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 provide for me abundance flowing to me, all around and through me. Lakshmi, 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 provide for me abundance flowing to me, all around and through me. Oh, Lakshmi, bring prosperity and wealth. Oh, Lakshmi, bring vitality and health. Oh, Lakshmi, bring your beauty to the space. Love, joy, peace, and grace. Lakshmi, Mama Lakshmi, rock me, Mama Lakshmi, oh, Mama Lakshmi, Mama Lakshmi. provide for me, abundance flowing to me, all around and through me. Lakshmi, bring prosperity and wealth. Lakshmi, bring vitality and health. Lakshmi, bring your beauty to this space. Love, joy, peace, and grace. Happy and free. Gratitude to Goddess Lakshmi. Oh, vitality so free. Oh, thank you, Mama Lakshmi. Lakshmi, 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 provide for me, abundance flowing to me, all around and through me. Oh, Lakshmi, bring prosperity and wealth. Oh, Lakshmi, bring vitality and health. Oh, Lakshmi, bring your beauty to this space. Love, joy, peace, and grace. Lakshmi, Mama Lakshmi, rock me, Mama Lakshmi, oh Mama, Mama Lakshmi, Mama Lakshmi, rock me, Mama Lakshmi, oh Mama Lakshmi, Mama Lakshmi, rock me, Mama Lakshmi, oh Lakshmi, 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 Lakshmi. Lakshmi, 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 Lakshmi. Oh, Lakshmi, bring your beauty to this space. Love, joy, peace, and grace. Oh. Lakshmi. Mama Lakshmi. I think that song's only available to the Patreon subscribers as well. Mama Wolf's given some good fun emojis. Julia's saying those smooth vocals. Bridget's saying, every time you sing a goddess's name, I put her statue on my altar. Just added a tiny Lakshmi. That is so cool. I love it. Goop Tabla's going, ooh, 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 ooh. Awesome. All right. Moving right along to Freya. Most of you probably don't know that I have a Freya chant. It is on the Goddess Songs compilation, which is on Bandcamp, which the link is on the ticker tape below. And it's also, well, the information's on the ticker tape. There's probably a link in the information wherever you're watching it, like either on YouTube or whatnot. There's probably a link there. Sosu is saying, listening in your Facebook Patreon group, beautiful, thank you. And Bridget is tagging Lauren. I hope Lauren can show up. I think she'd enjoy this concert very much. Freya, let's go to Freya. So like I said, most of you don't know about this song. It's a chant, and it's really produced, and I think you'll really like it. So go to the Goddess Songs compilation. I'm not sure which one it's on. There's 2 different Goddess Songs compilations. So check it out. Freya. Freya, goddess of love and beauty. Freya, goddess of lust and fertility, goddess of war and goddess of death, goddess of gold and sorcery. Freya, 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 oh Freya, oh Freya, 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 oh Freya. Freya, 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 goddess of love and beauty. Freya, 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 goddess of lust and fertility, goddess of war and goddess of death, goddess of gold and sorcery. Freya, 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 oh Freya, oh Freya, 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 oh Freya. Freya, 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 goddess of love and beauty. Freya, 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 goddess of lust and fertility, goddess of war and goddess of death, goddess of gold and sorcery. Freya, 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 oh Freya, oh Freya, 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 oh Freya. Oh Freya, the Freya Chant. Yes, it is available. Go to the Goddess Songs compilation on Man Camp. Wonderful. David is saying, this Freya song is powerful. I like it. I am glad you like it. Guptab is saying, thank you so much for all tuning in. He's talking to all you guys out there. If you are on YouTube, you get to see all the comments from all the different places that we're streaming live right now. If you are on Facebook, you only get to see the comments of where you are at in that group. I get to see them all, which is helpful because then I can communicate with you. Thank you, Anna, for sharing those Goddess Song compilation links. Wherever Anna is where you can actually see those. I'm not sure where maybe she's popping around to different groups. That would be awesome. That is the Freya Chant. Thank you so much for tagging friends. If you think, oh my gosh, so-and-so needs to hear this, or I need to introduce so-and-so to this artist, Celia, please tag your friends and share this. You can share this to groups. You can share this to your own page. You can share this on your friends' pages. If you're on Facebook, you can go ahead and share. And if you're on YouTube, you can take the link and you can share that. So there are all kinds of different ways to do that. The next song I'm going to do is another goddess. Bridget, are you ready? I hope you have one of these. This is the goddess Kuan Yin. And this song comes with a little bit of a backstory. We're going to rewind in the career of Celia back to, oh my God, the early 2000s. And I was touring a lot,
I've been touring a lot for the last 20 years. And I had this situation. I was traveling to Michigan, and it was my practice to always have like a Friday and a Saturday, have a gig booked for one of those days, because those tend to be the days where we have the most traction as artists to get people out to enjoy a concert. And when there isn't something booked on the calendar, or when there wasn't, there's all this anxiety would come up for me because I wasn't taking advantage of being out there already and having a show, and I happened to have a Friday available while I was in Michigan. So what happened was I decided that I was going to do an exercise, a practice, a game, if you will. And at that time, one of my mottos was show up and shine. Don't worry about how it works. Don't worry about the way it's going to happen. Just show up and shine. Be present and shine your light. So I was scheduled to be in Michigan, and I was going to Ann Arbor, which is my alma mater. I'm a University of Michigan alumni. Go Blue. And I thought, I'm just going to show up, and wherever my services are needed most, I will arrive, and I will show up, and I will shine. I drove into Main Street in Ann Arbor, and over the street there was one of those big banners, and it said, NAMI, National Alliance for the Mentally Ill, Support Saves Lives. It was something like that. Now, I had been doing benefits for the NAMI organization in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I thought, there's my answer. I am going to call up the local NAMI chapter, and I'm going to say, I'm here, I have a guitar, how can I be of service? So I went to the library direct. This was before we had cell phones that could email things for us, so I went to the library, I got my login, I got to my emails, and I went on a website and found out the NAMI phone number. I went to my car, I called the NAMI organization. It was a lovely lady who I said, I'm in town, I have a guitar, and I would love to be of service. She said, we're having lunch. Can you call back later? And I was like, okay. And she asked for 30 minutes. I called her back in 30 minutes. I said, I have a guitar. If there's anything I can do that would help to be of service to your organization, please let me know. She said, and I said, this is my time frame. She said, well, tomorrow we're having a mailing party. I said, would you like music for your mailing party? She said, yes. So I showed up in this building that had a bunch of different organizations in it, nonprofit organizations, and while people were licking, sticking, folding, and stuffing, I sat in the corner and I just played songs. And I thought to myself, this is ridiculous. Nobody's even listening to me. Why do I bother? Why am I here? Just about that time, a man walks through the door and makes a beeline for me and says, who are you and where did you come from? Found out his name was Jan de Boer. He had an organization in the building called Hear My Voice. And I got a chance to chat with Jan and hear about his story. His story is that many, many years ago, he adopted a little girl. And several years after he had adopted this little girl, the birth parents, wanted the child back. You may remember this story from a long time ago. The little girl was named Baby Jessica, and it's not the little Jessica that fell down the well. This is the little baby Jessica who was adopted. The birth parents came 2 years later and wanted the child back, and they won. So Jan had to give up his 2-year-old child to people who she'd never met, had no connection to whatsoever, was terrified of, but because they were the biological parents, he had to comply. He started the organization Hear My Voice, which is for children in situations as such to get what really will benefit them. And I had a wonderful meeting with Jan and learned all about this story. I think they made like a television movie about it. And then I went to another town, I forget where, Grand Rapids. It was Grand Rapids, I think. And I went to a metaphysical store, and I picked up a book of all goddesses. This was previous to all of my real diving deep into the goddess. And I picked up a book, and I just said, I'm going to open this up. It was a goddess for every page. I'm going to open this up, and whatever goddess shows up, I'm just going to really feel into that. And I opened it up to the page Kuan Yin. And it said she was the goddess of compassion and the goddess of protecting children. I was doing gigs at the Wheatland organization in Remus, Michigan, I think is where it is. This is taking me back. I haven't told this story in a long, long time. Same time frame, I stayed with a girlfriend who told me that same thing happened in her family, where her father adopted a child, and the child was then taken from the home by the birth parents, and the terror that the child felt. And then also, another friend in my life shared with me a very similar story. So I started listening. I started listening to the message that wanted to come through, being of service, showing up and shining, and Kuan Yin, and I put it all together in this song called Kuan Yin. It's been 3 years, 2 months and 5 days. It comes straight from the prison, saying, honey, I've changed. Saying she's my flesh and blood, I am her old man. You are still my woman, I say the hell I am. Oh no. He says, baby, baby, I know I made mistakes. Ready to claim what is mine, I'll even back pay. Well, she's got a daddy now, and he treats me like a queen. His love is real, your money's make-believe. I hold my little girl with arms so soft, but inside I am wild. I know I'll tear him limb from limb if he comes near my child. So I call for Kuan Yin, Kuan Yin, Yin, right in on your dolphins into my skin. Kuan Yin, Kuan Yin, protect little Morrigan from the whispering wind. She's innocent, Kuan Yin. He tries to look her in the eye, says, honey child, do you remember me? Well, how's she supposed to know some bloke that she has never seen? You've overstayed your welcome, it's time for you to go. How arrogant to think that you could own her soul. She says, mommy, mommy, don't get mad, you know swears are a sin. She says, mommy, mommy, who's that man? Why do I look like him? Oh, Kuan Yin, Kuan Yin, Yin, right in on your dolphins into my skin. Kuan Yin, Kuan Yin, protect little Morrigan from the whispering wind. She's innocent, Kuan Yin. Revenge is the little pill I swallow to hurt you. Why does it end up killing me? Oh, little child, I am not the one deserted you, but oh, little child, won't you forgive me? Well, just for the record, the system failed. They give rights to a criminal man just out of jail. And just because he knows just what to say doesn't mean he knows about the family way. It's gonna take a lot of long night talks and soulful listening. I'm gonna teach her how to speak her truth and how to call Kuan Yin. compassion. Kuan Yin, protect our children. Kuan Yin, they're innocent. Kuan Yin, they're innocent. Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin, goddess of compassion. Kuan Yin, protect our children. Kuan Yin, we're innocent. Kuan Yin. And that is the story of how I came to write the song Kuan Yin, which is on the Red Alabaster and Blue album, which is on the Bandcamp site, which you can download all of the music there for name your own price. And if that's how you want to donate for this concert, that would be perfect because you get music as well. Dwayne is here saying, hey, Celia, you go, girl. Good to see you here, Dwayne. Awesome. Stephen is saying, wow, what a story. I attended Michigan State in East Lansing in the 70s. Wow, Stephen, you would have been my rival. Not that I ever was into football at the University of Michigan. In fact, it's on my bucket list. I need to go back and attend a football game in the big house because of all the years that I studied theater there. I never went to a football game. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. Something to look forward to. All right, Jenna is saying, hi, lovely lady. Hi, Jenna. And Cecilia, Mama's here, saying, stellar voice tonight, Celia. My mom, if you see a woman named Celia Farran who is commenting, just please know that it's not me. I can multitask, but I'm not that good. That is my mama, and she is tuning in from Spring Green, Wisconsin. And it's perfect that I just saw her comment because this next song is a co-write between myself and my mother, Celia Farran. It's called Lady Liberty. Let me get it ready for you here. This song was inspired by, gosh, I don't even know anymore. So many songs. Linda McGinnis is saying, that's so powerful, Kuan Yin. And Stephen Lund said, I did not attend a football game. All right, we're in good company. Emmy is saying, bless you, Celia. Thank you for that song and for that story. You're welcome. It felt important to share that story tonight of how that song came to be. A lot of you know the song, a lot of you love the song, but perhaps didn't know the origins of it. Looks like Brian is here from Prescott, Arizona. Hi, Brian. Another Patreon subscriber. Thank you so much. It's my Patreon subscribers that keep me going. So if you are not a Patreon subscriber, please thank the Patreon subscribers. Because of them, you are able to watch these concerts. And I like to make these concerts free access and then allow you to donate what feels right to you. And if you have the funds, great. And if you don't, all I ask is just please share it. So if you're thinking, oh, so-and-so would love this, even songs that have already been sung, you can tag them and they can watch the whole replay later or join us now. Lady Liberty. This song is very powerful. Did you know that Lady Liberty is obviously, a statue in the Hudson River, but also she was inspired by goddess Libertas. She was a goddess before she was a symbol for our country, for freedom. Goddess Libertas, all about freedom, and that's what this song is about. Normally I do it as a loop, but I'm not going to loop it tonight. I am going to tune it, though. We tune because we care. Oops. How's everyone doing out there? I'm glad you're here. I drove a long way to come and do this concert for you. I was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin about 6 days ago, and in Spring Green, Wisconsin, visiting my mama. And then I got in the car and I drove for 3 days, long days, and visited Milwaukee on one of those days. So it's been like 5 days of driving and staying in different beds and moving at 65 miles an hour just so that I could get back here and do a gig at Unity of Mesa yesterday and then offer you this concert. I am exhausted, but I'm glad to be here. Glad to be sharing with you. All right, Vicky is here. Patreon is so much fun is what Vicky is saying. Thank you, Vicky. I appreciate your support on Patreon. And Vicky said, Celia, you're just lucky you don't play harp or auto harp, 32 strings to tune. Fair enough. I abdicate the tuning challenges to those who play harps and auto harps. All right, Lady Liberty. and we're the people who love the people of the world, singing free, call for liberty. Freedom to worship as we choose, freedom to love who we please, to be told the truth, to feel safe, secure, and free. Freedom to raise our voice for human dignity and treat our bodies as our choice and feed our families. Lady Liberty, come and set us free. Goddess Libertas, align with us, and we're the people who love the people of the world, singing free, call for liberty. Where there is fear, guide us to love. Where there is darkness, shine us hope. So when we stand as one, we never stand alone. So raise your torch and shine your light, illuminate our human rights. Guide us to stand our ground, steady and strong, and bring through us the people's song. Yeah, the people's song. Libertas, align with us. Libertas, we've had enough. We stand for democracy. Call on Lady Liberty. Oh, we the people rise and see. Stand in solidarity. The world singing free. Call for liberty. Libertas, align with us. Libertas, we've had enough. We stand for democracy. Call on Lady Liberty. Oh, we the people rise and see. Stand in solidarity. The world singing free. Call for liberty. Oh, liberty, liberty. Oh, Goddess Libertas, align with us, and we're the people who love the people of the world, singing free. Call for liberty. Lady Liberty. Again, that is a co-write between myself and my mother, Celia Farran, who is out there watching. If you want to say hi to Mom, you can tell her hello. Susie saying, love this song, Lady Liberty. Tina saying, she's tagging Chelsea. Hi, Chelsea, if you're watching. Julia saying, you're so talented, Celia. Aw, thank you, Julia. Lori is here, also from Minnesota. Wisconsin? Minnesota. She's saying, so good to see you. Thanks for sharing your wonderful talent with us song. My pleasure. So strange for me to be back in the studio. I went to Wisconsin on a trip to write songs and to visit family. I took no instruments with me. And for the most part, the whole time I was there, I didn't sing much. I didn't play any instruments. And so now I'm back and it's like, oh yes, I have to remember how to do all this stuff. It's like a bicycle. Thank you so much for tagging your friends, for sharing. You can share this into groups. You can share this on your own page. You can share this on other people's page. I'm talking about Facebook users. And then also for the YouTube users, you can take that link, the share link, and you can share it anywhere, in an email, on YouTube, not YouTube, on Facebook, social media, etc., etc., etc. And there will be a replay. So if you're like, oh, I missed the beginning, or so-and-so needs to hear that song, but it's gone, it's not gone. It will be there once the show is over. You can watch it. Thank you for your donations. So there's a ticker tape at the bottom, and that tells you all the different ways that you can donate. There's probably also information in the information section, wherever you're watching, like on Facebook. You might just be seeing the screen, but if you look for the comments and all of that, then you'll also be able to find the links for Bandcamp, for Patreon, for Venmo, for PayPal, or even if you want to send a check, old-fashioned style, or a money order. There's an address for that as well. If you sent a check last time, I haven't checked my P.O. box since then. So it is waiting there for me, and I appreciate your donations. Moving right along. It was very hard for me to pick which songs to share with you this evening because there are so many of my songs that are like goddess songs. And I love all of them, and I love sharing them, and if I did, it would be like a 4, 5, maybe 6-hour concert. So know that there's lots of other goddess songs out there, women's empowerment songs, lots of songs that celebrate the feminine, the divine feminine, and also the masculine, because we need both, and we need balance, and it's time. This next piece is very complicated. It's looped. Give me a moment to find my way in getting everything ready for it for you. It's about one of the most popular feminine figures in history, Maria, Mother Mary. And what I've done with the looper, I've taken Ave Maria, Amazing Grace, and Alleluia, and brought all three of those pieces together with the help of the looper, which is at my feet. By the way, her name is Cindy. Cindy the looper. Get it? Take a moment. Now, do you get it? If you're a child of the 80s, I would be very disappointed in you if you did not get it. Alrighty then. Very complicated. Takes all my focus. And I'm going to sing this for you from my heart. It's called Ave Grace. It's on the Carry Me Home album.
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Maria, gratia plena, Maria, gratia plena, Ave, Ave Dominus, Dominus tecum. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Maria, gratia plena, Maria, gratia plena, Ave, Ave Dominus, Dominus tecum. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Maria, gratia plena, Maria, gratia plena, Ave, Ave Dominus, Dominus tecum. Now I see. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Maria, gratia plena, Maria, gratia plena, Ave Dominus. Was blind, but now I see, now I see. Ave Maria,
Thank you. I just love singing that. It's good for my soul. Oh, Anna is sharing the Ave Grace link. It's on the album Carry Me Home. It's also on the Goddess Compilation album, one of them. There's two of them. Guptabla is saying beautiful. Emmy is saying just in awe. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Niall, if you're still out there, I was thinking of you while I was singing that song because I was just in Santa Fe, and here's a funny little story. Getting ready to leave, trying to get in the car, get myself going, and needed to use the loo. And before I left, Niall asked me to come take a look at the pond. He said, I built a pond for Mary. Now, Niall used to date a woman named Mary. I'm like, why are you building ponds for your ex-girlfriend? But what he meant was Mary. And we went out to the pond, and there was a Ganesh, there was a Mary, there was a St. Francis, and a Buddha. And so I took a picture of Mary, and there was a candle next to Mary, and apparently it had rained. So what had happened is the wax of the candle kind of lifted up in the glass, so there's like white up on top, and it was sort of clear liquid in the bottom. Looked like a bottle, though. And I thought, my goodness, what has Mary been drinking? Mary has been having some libations in this wonderful place of sacred pondness. We had a good laugh about that. So I was thinking about you while I was singing that just now, Niall. Emmy is saying, own even. Not sure what that means. Sometimes if you do a comment, if you could be as specific as possible, because there's a delay sometimes, so I'm not sure what exactly you're responding to unless you put all the details of it into the comments. Julia is saying, so pretty. Glad you like it. Next, I actually forgot to do a song. I don't know why I didn't put it in here, but I need to do this song, and in order to do this song, I need to figure out what key it's in. So I might need to do some exploring here. There is a looped part that I need to go find. Sorry for the little delay here. I try to keep things clicking along because if it's a live show, I can just chat with you all and you're all here and we have all this energy space. But I realize some of you are multitasking, and when you're on the air, dead air is can't have any of that, right? So let me see if I can pull this off without my notes. Why not? It's only live. This song is called She Needs a Goddess. And if you're like me, raised in this culture, I was raised for the first 7-8 years of my life in Catholicism. And of course, it's very heavily patriarchal, and there's God who is a man, there's Jesus who's a man. Of course, Mary gets her due as well. But the concept of the divine feminine and being able to worship from a feminine perspective didn't come to me until later on in life. And it was wonderful for that to come to me. Like when I wrote Everyday Goddess, that was a big step for me and a big risk to kind of take that information out there. And yes, I will do the song later. So what feels true to me is, since so much of our culture is celebrating the divine and God as masculine, those of us who identify as feminine can't always connect to it. Like, for example, I'm in a group for the Course in Miracles, and it's all from the male perspective. And sometimes it helps me to translate it so that I can really connect from my own personal experience being in a female body, a woman-born body. So this song is called She Needs a Goddess, and I need to test something out here, because if it's in the wrong key, the loop is not going to work. So I'm going to play the loop, so you'll hear it, and I'll see if it will work. Tested it, so I know it's going to work. for all those who out there, at times when you really needed it, when you needed a goddess. She found a soul-sucking vampire man. She had to get away. And every time the poor girl tried, he'd suck her up her energy. She tried tarot cards and voodoo dolls and California sage. She cried, Buddha, Allah, Jesus, Muhammad, save me. But she needs a goddess to pray to. She needs a goddess she can relate to. She needs a woman who knows how she feels, 'cause she feels everything, 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 everything 360 degrees and fifth dimensionally real. Real. So real. She feels so real. So real. So real. She got trapped in his vortex, could not break free. And every time the poor girl tried, the rug got ripped from beneath her feet. She tried setting goals and drinking bowls of ayahuasca tea. She cried, Buddha, Allah, Jesus, Muhammad, rescue me. But she needs a goddess to pray to. She needs a goddess she can relate to. She needs a woman who knows how she feels, 'cause she feels everything, 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 everything 360 degrees and fifth dimensionally real. So real. So real. She feels so real. So real. So real. She feels, and all the priests always got something to say about the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost being the only way. Even her mama bought into the deal. But there is no God who can feel what she feels. She needs a goddess to pray to. She needs a goddess she can relate to. She needs a woman who knows how she feels, 'cause she feels everything, 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 everything 360 degrees and fifth dimensionally real. So real. So real. She feels so real. So real. 360 degrees and fifth dimensionally real. She needs a goddess. And it is, of course, World Goddess Day today. Most of you probably haven't even heard about World Goddess Day. I mentioned earlier, Claude Prieto, a wonderful gentleman, started this, I don't know how many years ago. I got a chance to meet him at Salt Lake City at the Parliament of the World's Religions. There is a project, perhaps, which is a co-creation between myself, Claude and Selena Fox. I don't know, Claude, if you're out there, maybe you can let me know the status of the project. I think it was in full force, and then a life change happened for him. And so what it would be is the Bridgets Song, Sacred Well, no, which one? Bridget of the Sacred Waters, Bridget of the sacred waters, cleanse us, bless us, heal us, renew us, guide us, inspire us. That one, which is on the Bridgets Song compilation, which you can go get on Bandcamp. It's the only place you can find it. And he asked me to get him tracks so that he could sing on it and include all of our voices. And I think it's a great idea, and hopefully someday it happens. Did I say this earlier? I said it in my head. If not, I'll be repeating myself. The way I met Claude was I was tagged in a post where he was singing one of my Bridget songs in Portuguese. I think I did say that. That was really cool. That was really cool. Chris is saying, hear my applause. Awesome. Guptabla is saying, so pretty, thank you. Taylor is here saying, when did World Goddess Day become a holiday? That is a really good question. I meant to do my homework on that, but I was kind of busy relearning my songs, so I didn't check it out, but I'm sure you can Google it. There is a page for World Goddess Day, and if you find out while you're out there, let me know, because I would like to know. Next song. It's called The Power of the Goddess. And just make sure we're in tune here. And while I do, I will introduce you to the band. The guitar here, who I'm tuning right now, this is Louise. And to my left, maybe your right, is my drum. Her name is Thelma. So we have Thelma and Louise. Oh yes, wait for it, wait for it. Normally when I have the Bose Tower here, I'm listening through earbuds, so from ear monitors, but when the Bose is here, we call him Bose Diddley. The iPad, I make sounds over here. You don't really see it. There's a lot happening here that you don't see, and maybe someday I'll get a setup where you can watch my feed and see what I'm doing with the looping and all the different details. But there is an iPad here. We call him Mac. And then Cindy, of course, is at my feet. She's the looper, and we call her Cindy Looper. Jacqueline is saying, your music has inspired and soothed me for many years. You helped me learn that I needed a goddess. Oh, wow. Thank you, Jacqueline. I needed to hear that. Sometimes it's hard, when this business, and especially with COVID, this business has been so challenging, and my life has changed so dramatically. And some of the things that I got payment in that weren't money, like being able to travel and see friends and connect with others, and applause. Hearing applause is sometimes the way we get paid. We like it when it's accompanied by money, but sometimes the applause is really what keeps us going, and not being able to hear your applause, not easy. Very not easy. Playing to a screen, not easy. Very not easy. Knowing you're out there, seeing your comments helps a lot. So thank you for all that. All right. Next song is called The Power of the Goddess. I wrote this when I was staying at my friend Tina's house in southeast Missouri. And it was inspired by some information that came to me that really kind of dropped my jaw about life and the bringing forth life from the female body, the womb. And I realized that we're in a very gender fluid time, and I'm going to apologize in advance if anything that I say will be offensive to anyone. I am talking about women-born women with wombs or fallopian tubes or eggs, born with all of those things or some of those things to be able to create life within the body. And so when I'm talking about women, in this song, I'm talking about women-born women who bleed and women who can create life within their bodies. Of course, I'm not excluding anyone, and if you know me, I'm all about honoring and cherishing and being present and listening. So again, if this is offensive to anyone, just know that I love you, and if you don't love me, I still love you. So that being said, did you know that the egg that created you was in your mama's body when she was in your grandmother's womb? Take that in for a second. because women-born women are born with all the eggs they will ever have in their life. It's all formulated in the womb. So that means that when your mother was in your grandmother's womb, no, we'll take it back further. Your great-great-grandmother, when your grandmother was in her womb, the egg that created your mother was also there. It took me a while to kind of grok it. And what this means is the matriarchy can't be broken. And so the lineage of the feminine is a straight line. Now this is true whether you are born in a male body or a female body. But if you are born in a female body and then you create children, then there is a line that is not broken from the egg to the egg to the egg, from the fetus, the egg inside the fetus that grows into a woman. All of those eggs are already there. I'm at this point very tired, and I hope I'm making sense. So one of the things that baffles me is why we still choose the father's last name to identify a child. Because, as we know, with a lot of people who are doing 23andMe and different DNA tests, sometimes we're finding out that there are children that are fathered by people we didn't know they were fathered by. There's all these surprises, but pretty confident we know who the mother is. The one birthing the baby is the mama. So far, that's the way the biology works. I'm sure there's going to be all kinds of new technologies and things in the future. So far, that's the way it goes. So that's my little spiel about this song called The Power of the Goddess. And so I'm going to send this out to the feminine and women-born women. If you've ever felt less than, if you've ever been made to feel small, belittled, minimized, all you gotta know is, sorry, not true, never can be true, because you are precious, you are sacred, wild, and free. Great-grandmother, you held my mother in your womb. Grandmother, in your womb, my mother held me. And in the times I feel forsaken, you remind me to awaken to the power of the goddess flowing through me. The power of the goddess flows through me. The power of the goddess flows through you. Through our bodies, through our blood, you remind us who we are. We are precious, we are sacred, wild and free. Your great-grandmothers rocked your mothers in their wombs. In your grandmother's wombs, your mothers rocked him. Now I hear these words that I have spoken. The matriarchy can't be broken. For the power of the goddess lives within you. The power of the goddess lives in you. The power of the goddess lives in me. Through spirit wild and free. The holy grail of life's within us. Great grandmothers, sisters, daughters, the chalice well of life flows through us. Force of nature, love and pleasure, the holy grail of life. She is stirred and shaken to awaken. The power of the goddess in you, the power of the goddess in me. There are mysteries in blood. We are a force of womanhood. We are precious, we are sacred, wild and free. And hear me now. This cannot be taken from you, cannot be taken from me. And though so many have tried, the power within us cannot be denied. For we are precious, sacred, wild power. For we are precious, sacred. The power of the goddess. Okay, so Bridget is saying women born women is an offensive phrase, though it is associated with groups who exclude trans people. Women with eggs is what you mean, maybe. And this is what I'm talking about. I don't watch the news, and I don't know what the proper terms are, and I don't know if I'm offending people, so I apologize if anything that I've said was offensive. Definitely never, ever the intention. So thank you for that information, Bridget. I will be advised. David is saying, mama's baby, papa's maybe. And that is the reality of it. So we are moving right along to a little bit more fun. It is time for the Trestlefoot Fairy. Because we need a little play, I think. So let me get some things ready for the Trestlefoot Fairy to appear. Those of you who have never seen this and have no idea what is happening, this may be very different for you. I'm seeing if I can get this to work. I'm kind of rigging it up here. Look at you all. You're like, Trestle, yay, Trestle's coming out. All right, for those of you who have no idea, I also do comedy, and I haven't been doing a lot of it lately, but there is a character named the Trestlefoot Fairy. She's got her own album called Naughty in Pink. You can go find that as well on the Bandcamp, or you can search it. I think there's other places you can find it as well. And so, unfortunately, it's not digitally available aside from on Bandcamp. I'm still trying to iron out those details. The Trestlefoot Fairy is a little fairy. She's innocent yet irreverent. And she has things to say about life and the world. And this is what she's going to talk about when it comes to something you all may have had some experience with. It's about getting your smelly bits clean. by way of Dr. Bronner's Peppermint Soap. All you need to know to make the song make sense is, look, that looks so strange, just like that. We'll fix this. We're going to have more pink coming soon. All you need to know to understand the song is that Dr. Bronner's in this song is peppermint soap. So I'm going to do the hairstyle and get Trestle ready. All I ask you to do is the sound effects. And since I can't hear you, because we're not on Zoom and those things, what I would love for you to do is make sound effects comments out there so I know you're playing along. All right, let's get some music ready for Trestle. There it is. Yes. So many things. All right. Sound effects, please. Getting so long, this will get interesting. Let's even her out, shall we? I'm seeing wahoo, woohoo, robot sound to this music. Sound effects, please. Fantastic. Will you please put your hands together for the Trestle Foot Fairy?
Hello. Hi, I'm the Trestlefoot Fairy. Yeah. Well, Celia hasn't let me come out in a very long time, but I wanted to sing this song because things are changing so much in our world, and Celia hasn't been able to tell me much about it because she doesn't watch the news, but she's been telling me that things are changing a lot. And Texas, I think? Well, before I go on, I want to introduce you to a friend. Do you want to? Okay, good. This is Piggis. The reason I want to introduce you to Piggis is because Piggis is one of the most talented friends that I know. And I have a lot of talented friends. But Piggis can do things that no other pig can do. For example, Piggis can read the Kabbalah. Yep. In Spanish. And you know what else Piggis can do? Piggis can bust a move. Would you like to see Piggis dance? Okay, we're gonna play the music now. Go ahead, Piggis, don't be shy. Good job, buddy. You know the other really cool thing about Piggis? Is Piggis knows how to fly. Bye, Piggis. Oh, this is Wiggis. Wiggis is also very talented, can do lots and lots of different things, and guess what? Wiggis also knows how to fly. Ooh, and ricochet. And this is Squiggis. Meet Squiggis. Guess what? Yep. And that was my impression of the swine flu. I know you're groaning. Well, this song is about getting your smelly bits clean by way of Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap. And it's a hot topic right now because it's also about hoo-hoos. We'll get to that part a little bit later. Do you want to sing? Okay, good. Your part goes like this. Hold on, I'm losing myself. Can anyone else relate? Your part goes like this. Do, 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 do. Okay? Wow, it's not syncing up. Let's try all together. Okay, here we go. Do, 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 do. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. Ladies, you know what I mean. You can always tell the folks that use it. There's a smile on their face and they always smell clean. Don't let them tell you that it's not okay. It's personal hygiene and oh, by the way, Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. Ladies, you know what I mean. Do, 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 do. Dr. Bronner's makes your ho-ho tingle. Fellas, you know what I mean. Dr. Bronner's makes your ho-ho tingle. It feels like your ho-ho just swished Listerine. Don't let them tell you that it's not okay. It's personal hygiene and oh, by the way, Dr. Bronner's makes your ho-ho tingle. Fellas, you know what I mean. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. I use it every time I get the chance. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. It feels like a peppermint patty in your pants. Don't let them tell you that it's not okay. It's personal hygiene and oh, by the way, Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. Ladies, you know what I mean. I'll get the Dr. Bronner's and you go get the wine. Let's meet up in the bathtub and have a real good time. Your skin will start to pucker, my toes will start to prune. When can we meet again, dear? I hope it will be soon. Ready? Do, 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 do. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. It's a 0-calorie snack. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. It feels like your hoo-hoo just sucked a tic-tac. Don't let them tell you that it's not okay. It's personal hygiene and oh, by the way, Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. Ladies, you know what I mean. Do, 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 do. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. I hope you're not getting annoyed. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. It feels like your hoo-hoo just popped an Altoid. Don't let them tell you that it's not okay. It's personal hygiene and oh, by the way, Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. Ladies, it's curiously strong. I'll get the Dr. Bronner's and you go get the beer. Let's meet up in the bathtub and stay there for a year. Your skin will start to pucker, my toes will start to prune. When can we meet again, dear? I hope it will be soon. Are you ready? Do, 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 do. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. It's just like a nip and a tuck. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. It's better than the ultimate great morning. Don't let them tell you that it's not okay. It's personal hygiene and oh, by the way, Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. Ladies, you know what I mean. Do, 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 do. Okay, this next verse has a warning. Notice that none of the other verses did. This warning is that if you are a Rush Limbaugh fan, well, you're probably not here. But if you are and you're here, that's perfectly okay, because everyone is welcome no matter what they believe or where they come from. But I'm just warning you. You might be offended. This is my response to what's happening in the news about women's bodies. Are you ready? Do. GOP, you keep your laws off our hoo-hoos. Ladies, you know what I mean. What happens with my hoo-hoos between me and my hoo-hoo? You dirty old man, keep your rushes and your mitts and your trumps off of me. Don't let them tell you what to do or say. Hoo-hoos unite, stand up and say nay. Say nay, hoo-hoos. GOP, you keep your laws off our hoo-hoos. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I mean. I'll get the Dr. Bronners and you go get the mead. Let's meet up in the bathtub and have a scrubbing spree. Your skin will start to pucker, my toes will start to prune. When can we meet again, dear? I hope it will be soon. Ha ha! That's my song. Okay, now. Oh, by the way, that song is available also on Celia's Bandcamp. The whole album is there, but that new verse isn't part of the song yet. So if I haven't lost you by offending you yet, I hope that you'll stick around for just a couple more songs by Celia. But it's time for me to go, and I'm gonna hope that you will do me a favor. Well, two favors, really. When I say goodbye, would you please hoot and holler and make a whole lot of noise as if like at a sporting event so that Celia can come back somewhat gracefully? Thank you. And then just please, pretty please, with lots of cotton candy on top, please don't tell Celia that I've been locking myself in the bathroom with Dr. Bronners. Okay, it's time for me to say goodbye. Let me get the music ready. Okay, bye. Okay.
I have a sneaking suspicion that the Trestlefoot Fairy made an appearance, yes? Question for you is, was she naughty? I already know the answer. I saw what was on the playlist, so we already know she was naughty. Linda May is saying huzzah. Rachel's saying bye-bye. Taylor is saying Supreme Court also needed to hear that song, not just Texas. Like Trestle mentioned, I do not watch the news. I have a sense of what's going on. I always get my news from people. So I wait until I get the news that I need from the people in my life. And those of you who know that I don't watch the news sometimes call me and tell me, hey, you might want to know that this is going on. You might want to know that this is going on. But so far, all I've seen is little posts on Facebook about it, and I suspect I know what's going on in the news around that. I do not watch the news as a form of self-preservation because I am an empath, and if I pick that stuff up, it will tear me down. And my job as an artist is to stay as clean and clear as possible so that I can bring forth messages and music that are authentic and not influenced by the milieu of different ideas, opinions, and fear, basically, that I see is out there most of the time in mainstream media. And I'm about love. I practice every day to stay in love and to really, really shift my fear and anxiety into love. I practice it every single day. And it is a practice. All right, we are moving on to, we just have a couple of more things left. And Bonnie's saying, there's my friend. Stephen is saying, yes. I'm not sure what you're saying yes to. Again, if you say something, please be as specific as possible. Susie's saying, always naughty. Guptabla is saying, welcome back, Celia. Yeah, Trussell showed up. And the fairy was innocently naughty, charming, said Coyote, Sosu Coyote. And Bonnie is saying, vasectomy cures pregnancy. So far, that's been pretty true in my experience and what I know of the world. Taylor is saying, you also should sing a happy song about ending the war in Afghanistan. Yeah, I do know about that. I do know about that, even though I don't watch the news. Next up on the agenda is to do the shameless CD plug. First of all, thank you so much for your donations. I so appreciate you for putting some shekels in my Venmo, in my PayPal, by downloading some music from the Bandcamp site, which is all name your own price. You can get the 2 Goddess albums, all the Goddess music that is out there on Bandcamp. There's a lot more Goddess music, by the way, on Patreon. So if you are a Patreon subscriber, you can... there's, 160, 165 songs that are on Patreon. That's like 10, 12, 13 albums worth of songs. So there's lots of music there. And if you're a Patreon subscriber at the $5 or $10 level, you get a lot of music, a lot of music. Bonnie is saying, how do I donate? Bonnie, there's a ticker tape down here on the bottom that gives you some ways to donate. Like there's the PayPal right there. And then also, if you go to the information section, wherever you're watching, it looks like you're on Facebook. If you go to the information section where I say, it's a free access to the concert and here's how you donate, there should be clickable links there. So thank you for asking. Totally appreciate it. And thank you to all who have been donating. It makes all the difference in the world to me. I like to make these concerts free access because I don't want to limit people being able to watch the concert because funds are low. So some people give $5, some people give $50, sometimes people give $100, and I'm so grateful for those people because it makes up for the people who can't or are not in a financial position to be able to do that. So even a few bucks makes a big difference if you all do it, if you can. I appreciate it. So the shameless CD plug. We will use Cindy the Looper for that. Let me see if I can get that ready. First, I'm just going to share some information with you. The music business has changed dramatically in the last 10 years or so, and then dramatically in the last 2 years or so with COVID. So as you know, I was on the road full time. I was home free. I was geographically untethered. I still feel like I am, and I feel like I'm just sheltering in place in the Phoenix area and in Arizona. I was bound to go on tour and have a wonderful year in 2020, and COVID grounded me. And I've been doing the online concerts ever since. Actually, I was doing online concerts, 5 years before COVID even hit. So I was grateful to be able to have some of that technology under my belt already. And then, of course, the learning curve and all of the different things that have come out, and learning things like Restream, where I'm streaming to lots of different places all at once right now. So you may be watching me on my Celia Farran page, my Celia Farran Music and Comedy page, on YouTube, on one of the exclusive groups, on the Tribe Celia group, on my Celia T. Farran page. You could be watching in lots of different places because of that technology. So I've been learning a lot about how to continue to make music and make it accessible to you, even though my way of doing it before is completely out of reach for me right now. So when you buy the CDs and when you donate and when you become Patreon subscribers, it makes all the difference in the world. Streaming is also really important. Now here's how it works. When you stream one of my songs, well, let me say it this way. You would have to stream one of my songs over 2,700 times, 2,700 times for that to equal $10 in my pocket. That's the nature of streaming. Now, if you buy a CD, it's $20. And you have a hard copy of it. So when the internet goes down, and you know it's going to, you can go to your closet and pull out that CD player and plug it in the wall or get some batteries, and you will still have access to your CDs and your music while your friends are crying because they've relied on streaming and they don't have access to their music. A very good reason to have hard copies of the music. We also get more revenue from that. Now, I'm not saying not to stream. I'm saying that if you stream the living snot out of it. Stream it. Make playlists for your pets while you are away at work or running errands and put them on repeat. Make playlists that you can play while you are sleeping on repeat. And if each and every one of you did that, it might start adding up to something that can turn into paying bills and keeping things going and putting gas in our cars so that we can continue to make music for you. Okay, so that's just information. That wasn't the shameless CD plug. This is the shameless CD plug. I'm going to use Cindy the Looper, who is at my feet, and make sure I got it all worked out. So, do you know that sound that you hear when you walk into a casino? All the bells and whistles of the slot machines, right? People are in the slot machines. Each slot machine has their own little music and their own little tones, and it's all in these different frequencies that when they come together, it is a mesmerizing sound. Very hypnotic. Check it out next time you go to a casino. I think they put a subliminal message in that sound. Don't you? Like, stick around a little longer. Don't you want to spend more money on alcohol? Ooh, it's getting late. Maybe you should get a room for the night and come back and gamble again tomorrow. All of these messages inside that hypnotic sound. It's very hard to resist something like that because music is medicine and music is powerful. So I thought I'd use that same technique, same principle, but I'm very highly principled, and I'm a Midwest farm girl, and so I'm really earnest. So I'm going to do the same principle, but my message is going to be completely overt. It goes like this. Buy a CD, 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 all CDs, buy a CD, all CDs, buy a CD, subscribe to Patreon, subscribe to Patreon, subscribe to Patreon, subscribe to Patreon, So you don't mind if I just keep that going after the concert? Do you suddenly feel like going to those links and like buying music or becoming a Patreon subscriber or, donating? Do you feel like that? I mean, I feel like that, and they're all my links. The Shameless CD plug. Thank you very much. Oh, fun. If you have to do it, it might as well be fun. And when we're independent artists, we kind of have to bang our own pots and pans and toot our own horns. And it's not my preference, but it's one of the things that we must do in order to, be seen and heard. And if we're not seen and heard, then what's the point? Then we're just howling at the moon. Lori is saying, this is the most creative request for money I have ever heard. How can anyone not donate or buy a CD? I love that, Lori. Thank you so much. Yep. Well, creativity is my wheelhouse, and I love it, and I've got all kinds of ideas and projects that I want to do, including creating a puppet for the Trestlefoot Fairy and a lot of other characters. Do you know there's probably about 10 different characters that some of you have never even seen. One of these days. All right. Anna is sharing some links. That's perfect. Thank you so much, sister. I really appreciate you. Just got some time with Anna and Linda in Omaha, Nebraska on my way back from Wisconsin. It's a great trip. Got to see Holly, if you're still out there, Holly and Finn and Livy and Lottie and David and of course my mama who's out there, and lots of really beautiful, wonderful experiences. Filled my tank a bit to get out of the Phoenix heat. And now we're back. And the next concert, I'm going to do one more song for you, but the next concert is September 21st. Same time, same channel, and that concert's theme will be the World Day of Peace. And as you know, I have lots of different types of material, from comedy to spiritual to goddess stuff to, more social justice stuff. I'm trying to get things situated here by my feet, and I can't use my hands, so I'm trying to do things with my feet. Okay. Lots of different types of music. And that focus for that show will be peace. So we will just dig into the peace on September 21st. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for tagging your friends. You can always tag your friends later, too, if in the middle of the night you think, you know who needs that song? It's so-and-so. And you can tag them wherever you're watching it. I just noticed that the Trestlefoot Fairy has definitely made herself known. I tell you, you just can't take that fairy out without a bit of a mess. The song you've all been waiting for, Everyday Goddess. Everyday Goddess is on the Breathe album. Again, that's available on Bandcamp, and you can go there and get it for name your own price. And it's been that way for a while, so if you think of it later, you can go and check it out. Just checking any other little things. I will read all of your comments later, I promise. It may not be for the next couple of days because I've got a lot of things to navigate and catch up on, but I promise you that I will read them. And if there's something pertinent that you need an answer to, just message me or email me at celia@celiaonline.com. It goes directly to me. I'm very, very reachable, so please feel comfortable reaching out to me. We're going to close with this. Right after I thank some people. Anna, thank you for putting those links out there. Cecilia, my mom, thanks for supporting me and always making sure that I had everything I needed so that I could be a creative person. That is really a big deal. And also, both my parents made sure that I had what I needed to be creative, and I'm so, so, so grateful. Thank you to David Guptabla, who's out there, been at all the shows and helping to connect with folks and just being there and helping me do sound checks, et cetera, et cetera. Julia, thank you for being out there as well. And all of you for showing up, because your time is precious, and I appreciate you sharing it with me. Thank you, thank you. We're going to do this. Now, after the song, I will keep this going for a little while so that those of you who are in chat rooms that will disappear can say your last bits and can say goodbye to each other and all of those things. So I'll play Everyday Goddess. I'll get that set up actually now. So that you'll have about 3 minutes after I say goodbye in order to be able to finish out your chats and etc. Okay, boy, this is going to be, I am multitasking like crazy. I'm not really sure. Let's go there. Talk amongst yourself. There it is. It's on the Breathe album. This is a really old iPod. There. Breathe album. Everyday Goddess is now queued up. Excellent. Fantastic. Thank you for your patience. I wear a lot of hats when I do these concerts. So I'm the producer, I'm the sound tech, I'm the video tech, I'm also the singer. Thank you, Susie, thank you, Renee, thank you, Linda, thank you, Guptabla, thank you, Anna. And we're going to do one last song, and of course, it's Everyday Goddess. Sing along as you desire. It's a really no big deal, I'm just an everyday goddess, doing all my goddess duties, trying to find a way. And the mother and the crone, but it's really no big deal. It's just another day. It goes ooh, ooh, ooh. Come on, sing it with me now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Come on from your soul. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, do it again. Ooh, ooh, ooh. She's a mother off to work, driving in her car. She's a goddess in the elevator, rising like a star. They say she's working like a man, but they don't understand. She's dancing with the goddess in her heart. She's that woman on the phone, smoothing out a deal. And though her back is aching, she's a goddess in high heels. She works 6 a.m. to 3. And it may be hard to see, but the beauty of the goddess runs deep. Ready? It's really no big deal, I'm just an everyday goddess, doing all my goddess duties, trying to find a way. I am the maiden maiden and the mother and the crone, but it's really no big deal. It's just another day. It goes ooh, ooh, ooh. Come on, sing it with me now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Come on from your soul. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, do it again. Ooh, ooh, ooh. She's a goddess in a skirt, long lean legs. She can drop you to your knees and make you beg. We are obsessed with her body, but we don't see that the beauty of the goddess lies beneath. She's a goddess on the job, a goddess in your bed, a goddess for the children, and she keeps a family fed. You must never treat her mean, always elevate your queen. She's the everyday goddess of your world. It's really no big deal, I'm just an everyday goddess, doing all my goddess duties, trying to find a way. I am the maiden and the mother and the crone, but it's really no big deal, it's just another day. She's a goddess in a skirt, long lean legs. She can drop you to your knees and make you beg. Now I have a verse for the gentleman. You know, I was singing this song for a long time, and I finally had gentlemen coming to me and say, Celia, dear Celia, we love you, and we love the goddess, but Celia, dear Celia, what about us? I had nothing. For the longest time, I had nothing. But then I finally came up with a verse for the men. Would you like to hear it? This is for all the awesome men out there, especially the men who celebrate the women in their life. It's really no big deal, he's just an everyday god, honoring his goddess every day, every way. He's a warrior, he's a poet, he's a king among men, but it's really no big deal, it's just another day, and that is for all the wonderful men celebrating the goddess today, on World Goddess Day. And this one's for everyone. Ready? It's really no big deal, we're gods and goddesses here, brothers and sisters choosing a new way. We are hearts, we are souls, and we celebrate our roles, but it's really no big deal, it's just another day. It's really no big deal, it's just another day. It's really no big deal, it's just another day. It's really no big deal, it's really no big deal. It's really no big deal, it's really no big deal. It's really, did I forget to teach you the gospel part? Clap your hands and sing along, it goes like this. It's really no big deal, it's really no big deal. It's really no big deal, it's really, keep it going, it's really no big deal. It's really no big deal, it's really no big deal. It's really no big deal, it's really no big deal. It's really no big deal, one more, really no big deal. It's just it's really no big deal. It's amazing how long you can hold those notes when you get back to sea level. All right, everyone, thank you so much. Happy World Goddess Day to you. Thank you to Claude Prieto, who created this day so that we could celebrate the goddess, give her a little bit of her due, and celebrate the divine feminine and also celebrate the divine masculine. Lori is here. You're getting a standing ovation in Mukwonago ER. Hi, Mukwonago ER. Beautiful people doing the beautiful work for the community there. Thank you, that. Microcosmic saying thank you. Bonnie saying I miss you and love you. Bonnie, it's been a while, yeah. Linda saying thank you. Lori saying holy cow. Celia, I've never sung a note that long in my entire 63 years of singing woot woot. Awesome. Emmy saying woohoo. Guptala saying happy Goddess Day all. Thank you for you. Bridget saying thanks. Sue Coyote saying thank you, Celia. Susie Duffett saying happy Goddess Day. It's scrolling so fast I can't. Emmy saying massive applause. Taylor saying great show you did. Guptala saying standing O's and jumping for joy. Yeah. Okay. I'm now going to say goodbye. I will read all of your comments later, I promise. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tagging your friends. Thank you for sharing this. Thank you for donating. I am grateful, grateful, grateful. And now I am going to play the Everyday Goddess song and say goodbye. Is it playing? It's not playing. Hold on.
Everyday Goddess.
She's a mother off to work. She is driving in her car. She's a goddess in the elevator, rising like a star. They say she's working like a man, but they don't understand. She's dancing with the God in her heart. She's that woman on the phone. She's smoothing out a deal, and though her back is aching, she's a goddess in high heels. She works 6 a.m. to 3, and it may be hard to see, but the beauty of the goddess runs deep.
It's really no big deal, I'm just an everyday goddess, doing all my goddess duties, trying to find a way. I am the maiden and the mother and the clone, but it's really no big deal, it's just another day.
She's a goddess in a skirt, long lean legs. She can drop you to your knees and make you beg. We are obsessed with her body, but we don't see that the beauty of the goddess lies beneath. She's a goddess on the job, a goddess in your bed, a goddess for the children, and she keeps her family fed. You must never treat her mean, always elevate your queen. She's the everyday goddess of your world.
It's really no big deal, I'm just an everyday goddess, doing all my goddess duties, trying to find a way. I am the maiden and the mother and the clone, but it's really no big deal, it's just another day. It's really no big deal. It's really no big deal. It's really no big deal, I'm just an everyday goddess, doing all my goddess duties, trying to find a way. I am the maiden and the mother and the clone, but it's really no big deal, it's just another day. It's just another day. It's really no big deal.
It's just another day.